this video, I keep seeing all these Reddit things on TikTok and YouTube that are like, am I the asshole? Like, I'm a female 31, whatever, whatever. And I've honestly found them really entertaining. So I am gonna do a couple here today, and hopefully it's entertaining. I don't know. Yeah, let's get into it. All right. Am I the asshole for giving away my stepkids' Disney tickets away? 2 months ago, I told my oldest stepdaughter, 18, I needed her to request this weekend off because we were celebrating our Christmas and the boys' birthdays. I even texted their mother and made arrangements for my youngest stepdaughter, 14, and she acted like she was on board with it. We have this ongoing issue with my stepkids about them only coming over when we are doing something fun. Every time we try to get them and spend time with them at the house, they make up every excuse in the book why they cannot come. I purposely did not tell them or my kids what the plans were this weekend. Stepdaughter 18 couldn't get off of work, so I told her it's cool and we will do something for her later on. No big deal. I understand how it is working retail during the holidays. Today I texted their mother to confirm if stepdaughter 14 were coming over tomorrow, and she says stepdaughter 14 had a long week and was really emotional and did not want to go to our house without her older sister. Total BS. She doesn't even like her sister like that, and she's been to our house plenty of times without her sister. Just another excuse on why she cannot come. Mind you, it's my hubby's court-ordered weekend with her anyways. We don't make her come over, so we just get her whenever she wants to come over. So I texted their mom back and said no big deal. We will do something else with them another time. So stepdaughter 18 texted me a little while ago asking what we were doing and told her we were spending the weekend at Disneyland at another event. I told her so she wouldn't be surprised when photos are posted this weekend. Now all she wants to call out of work, and my stepdaughter 14 wants to come without her sister now. Lol, I told them, I'm sorry, I gave the boys' friends those tickets because y'all didn't want to come over. I really did. So now they are pissed off, and a part of me doesn't feel bad for stepdaughter 14. Stepdaughter 18 is understandable because she actually has a good excuse, but I do not want her calling out because she's on the verge of getting fired already for her attendance. Hubby wants to cave in and let her come, but I don't want to because I'm over her only wanting to see us when we're spending money on her. I want this to be a lesson to stepdaughter 14, and he doesn't see it that way. I gave her an opportunity to come and she didn't want to, so am I the asshole? Before anyone says I'm being unfair to my stepkid, I treat my bio kids the same way. My oldest had his fair share of missing out on events. He knows better now, lol. When I say get in the car and let's go, don't question it, just get in. It's not a game I'm playing. Over the years, I just got tired of feeling used. The only time they want to come over is when we're doing something or they want something. That's why I stopped telling them what we were doing. My husband is cheap and doesn't care for fun things. I plan and pay for just about everything that we do. That's fun. We all have a good relationship, and they are growing older and they rather be with friends. So we're trying to give them the space to do that. But before stepdaughter 18 got a job, we would try to plan things with them, my kids included, and it just became, can we go here instead? I'm complaining about everything. So that's why now I want to do something. I don't tell them plans. I just ask if they're coming, and if they don't want to come, then they stay home. All the kids are in different age groups, so I try to plan things for each child and invite the others, but that's been extremely difficult because of the complaining. I don't think you're the asshole. If the kids are saying that they don't want to go, like, then they don't want to go, you know? And she was trying to surprise them, so if you're trying to do a surprise, you're not going to tell them like, oh, we're going to Disneyland, get in the car, right? But I feel like giving them to the friends wasn't maybe necessarily the best option. I mean, I get that you spent the money on the tickets and you don't want them to go to waste, but I mean, you could kind of see it coming with them, you know, finding out that you guys went to Disneyland and being like, oh, I want to go. So I feel like the situation could have been handled differently on both sides. Okay, am I the asshole for not inviting my stepmother and her daughter at my wedding? I, 24 female, am getting married next summer to my fiance Jay. My mom died when I was 7. Dad married Kay 4 years later. Kay has a daughter, E, 22, from a previous relationship. Kay and E are easily the most entitled, spoiled, and rude people I've ever met. They never treated me like family. Kay has done everything possible to push me away from the family. I haven't been in any family pictures since I was 14. I was never allowed on any family vacations/activities. Per Kay's request, my dad banned any family members from giving me any gifts for my birthdays or holidays. She always hated me. I can't even remember all the times I cried because of the things she would say to me. E was the favorite child. Whatever she wanted, they would get for her. Me, I had to work if I wanted something. School supplies, work for them. My clothes don't fit me anymore, work for new clothes. E liked to break my stuff, and I would be grounded because I got mad at her. My last straw was when she cut all pictures I had of my mom. Dad found me crying, and when I showed him the pictures, he told me to let it go. I packed a bag and went to stay with my grandparents. I was 17. Dad never came for me, never called or texted me either. He reached out to me when I was 20, apologized and said he wanted to reconnect. I told him if he wants that, he will have to work very hard to earn a relationship with me, since he hasn't been my dad since I was 12. And in 3 years, I haven't heard from him at all. He said he'll do anything to be my dad again. Since then, I've been LC with him because I don't feel like he's putting enough work into our relationship. I finished college last year, and he attended the ceremony, and after that we spent the entire weekend together bonding. It was the first time I felt like I had a dad in almost 13 years. I wanted my dad to attend the wedding. I wanted my dad to attend the wedding, a guest, but I don't want Kay or either. I talked to my dad about it, and he was okay with attending as a guest. My grandpa will be walking me down the aisle, but he was really mad when I said I will not invite Kay and E. His reasoning is that they are his family, so they make them mine too, and he doesn't want them to be excluded. He then said he will not attend if they aren't invited. So I said, okay, I guess then you won't attend my wedding and our relationship is over since you're choosing them over me again. It is my wedding and I don't want those disgusting people there. Please don't contact me again. Go be with your perfect little family and forget I exist. You have practiced on that. Goodbye. Then I blocked his number. Some family members reached out to me and told them I should be the bigger person and maybe the wedding could be what's going to fix our relationship. The grandparents said that it's my big day and that I shouldn't have people that make me feel uncomfortable there. Jay and his parents agree that I shouldn't invite people that hurt me just because they are legally considered my family. So, am I the asshole? No. Absolutely not. If your dad is choosing other family members over his biological kid, I'm assuming, that's fucked. That's fucked. It should be an equal situation. It should be an equal relationship with the step kid and the biological kid, I'm assuming. The fact that he wanted to reconnect, and then when you invited him to his wedding as a guest and he said that he would go, and then you said that you didn't want the stepmom and stepkid to be there, and he was like, well, I'm not going if not. That's so messed up. And I can't, like, you shouldn't have to invite anyone that you're not comfortable being there. So I'm glad you stood your ground and was like, you're not going then. Because I wouldn't invite someone who made me uncomfortable or treated me like shit. That's like having a friend who, like, treated you like shit and then you're successful in something and they're like, oh, do you remember me? We used to be really good friends. And then them trying to reconnect with you, you know? All right. Am I the asshole for calling my wife ridiculous for saying that she won't attend my family's Christmas over some stockings? This one also has the asshole stamp of approval right here. All right. My mom has a tradition for every Christmas that is to get custom stockings of her grandchildren's names. Cody, Mia, Sammy, Elena, I think, etc., and hang the stockings near the fireplace. My wife and I have been together for 3 years. She has a son, my stepkid from her former marriage. When she found out about the tradition my mom has, she said that she expects my stepson to get his own custom stocking and be hanged along with the other kids' stockings. I asked my mom, and she said that she loves her step-grandchildren but does not feel comfortable yet to have a stocking of his name and hang it in her home. Apparently my wife refused to drop it and chose it as a hill to die on, and even told me she would not be attending Christmas party if my mom doesn't want to do it. We started arguing about it for days. I finally blew up and told her it was not reasonable for me or for her to dictate how my mom decorates her home and what stocking she hangs. She started crying and called me blind for not seeing how my family are treating my stepson. I said they love him, and some stocking isn't going to prove anything. She said that she wouldn't go then, and I called her ridiculous for deciding not to go over something so trivial. We have been in conflict about it since then, and she's refusing to even speak to me. Am I the asshole for saying that it was ridiculous for her to decide not to go over for some stockings? My stepson's age is 9. I mean, yeah, you are the asshole, kind of, because, like, here's the thing. Like, I get it, you know, you guys have been together for 3 years and the mom's not comfortable with it. She has a say over what gets put in her home. I completely agree with that. However, you know, maybe having some kind of little stocking on the side for him, you know, with little things from Santa or whatever, could be put up there for him. Maybe not customized, but at least he has something, you know, because I feel like he's being left out. You know, no kid wants to be left out on Christmas at all, ever. But the way this was handled from the husband was wrong. And it does make him look like an asshole for you know, blowing up on him and calling her ridiculous. Like, maybe she shouldn't have, you know, gone as far as she did with it. But I don't know, there should have been some kind of compromise on both parties. You know? Pretty sure that he hasn't accepted the child himself, or he would be the one dying on that hill instead of his wife. Yeah, that too. Proud bonus mama here, and only had one for the last 8 months. We aren't even married, and my mother has already purchased more gifts for those kids than anyone else. My parents had leeway for a few months to not meet the babies, but it was purely because we all knew how fast they would latch onto them once they did. And so the wait was just to make sure my boyfriend and I were serious. I would have thrown a fit if my family ever did something like this. It seems small, but after 3 years, how do you not see that child as your grandkids after that long? Yeah, it should have been handled better on both parties, even with the grandma. Like, you know, something extra could have been done for him. But yeah, 3 years is kind of a long time to not see that kid as your own, especially from the you know, the dad, you know, the stepdad or whatever of the kid. He's kind of seems like he hasn't fully accepted that kid as his own. You know, you'd think after, you know, a year maybe that you'd kind of accept the kid as your own and kind of, you know, love him the same way as if he was your own.